Am I the astronaut for leaving my best friend's wedding halfway through? I, 25 female, have been best friends with Kara, 26 female, since we were like 13. We've been through everything. High school drama, bad breakups, moving to different cities, all of it. When she got engaged last year, I was genuinely thrilled for her. She asked me to be her maid of honor, and I said yes without even thinking. Now, here's where it gets messy. Kara met her now husband, Evan, about 3 years ago. I've never been his biggest fan, not because he's done anything terrible to me personally, but because he has this way of subtly belittling Kara in front of people. I'm gonna go ahead and red flag right now then. Like she'll tell a story and he'll cut in with, that's not how it happened, or you're being dramatic. FTG, is it too early? I've brought it up to her before gently and she just says, that's how we joke. Fine, whatever. Leading up to the wedding, I was heavily involved. Planning the bachelorette, running errands, making sure she ate on the day of because she was stressed as hell. The actual wedding day started fine, but little things piled up. First, Kara's mom pulled me aside in the morning and basically told me not to outshine the bride in any way. Okay. I was wearing the dress Kara picked, so that threw me off. Then at the reception, she's like, you look too good. Then at the reception, Evan gives his speech and thanks his brother, who he said was basically the best man and maid of honor combined. Didn't mention me at all. I laughed it off because maybe it was just nerves, but I saw a couple of people at my table give each other a look. Later during the bouquet toss, Kara jokingly aimed it directly at her cousin instead of tossing it normally, then turned to me and said loud enough for people to hear, well, you'll be single forever anyway. Everyone laughed. I laughed too, but it kinda hurt. The final straw was during the dancing. I was at the bar chatting with a mutual friend when Evan's brother came up and said, hey, Kara told me to tell you to not hog the attention on the dance floor. You're making her uncomfortable. I hadn't been dancing weird or anything, just normal wedding fun, but apparently my existing in her orbit was now a problem. I went to find Kara to ask her what the deal was, but she brushed me off with, can we not do this right now? It's my day. At that point, I felt like I was just not wanted there. I had spent months helping plan this wedding, paid for travel, address, gifts, and here I was being treated like I was crashing the party. So I told her I wasn't feeling well and left before dessert. When I get home, my phone blew up with text from Kara. At first it was, where did you go? Then, I can't believe you ditched my wedding. And finally, everyone's asking where my maid of honor went. Do you know how bad this makes me look? I explained that I felt unwelcome, and she said I was being selfish and making it about me on her wedding day. I didn't respond after that. Now a couple of mutual friends are saying I overreacted and that weddings are stressful and people say things they don't mean. So Reddit, am I the astronaut?
Bride is ASCON 1. Her now husband is ASCON 1. So I hope they're happy now because they're wicked.
Do you think this was intentional? Do you think this is?
I think
this was intentional, like premeditated?
I think that the bride was belittled by her soon-to-be husband, and that is now her norm. And now that eye, instead of on his future bride, he's got her where he needs her. And so now that shifts to maid of honor because he obviously needs to isolate her from her friends. So one by one, they will be chipped away. One by one, any confidence that she has, the bride, will be gone. But yeah, that's my opinion. But this is unacceptable behavior. This is the kind of behavior that I do not tolerate. Like, I won't allow our daughters to tolerate this because mean girl behavior will not exist in my orbit. Like, it will not exist in my life because I just won't put up with it. Yeah. And this is the kind of behavior that I will call out and walk the away. You do not get a second chance. And I'm a second chance person. But fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And I will not allow myself to ever be put in a situation like this again. Because we've all been there. We've all been treated like this. And what it does to your self-worth and how it makes you feel as a person is never, it takes a long time to rebuild from that. And she should have walked away when the mom said something to her to not steal the spotlight. That was enough for me to walk the away from this wedding.
It was day of, though. And I think at that point, like day of, you're like, well, I'm in it now.
Right.
But like, how many dings did she receive day of?
It's 30? Unacceptable.
It was wild, which makes it feel premeditated to me. Yeah. And there's part of it that's like, okay, if former bestie bride here says that's just how they joke when confronted about how her husband belittles her. So what, she's adopted this treatment of people because now she's treating her friend like this. But to wait until they didn't depend on her anymore. Like, she's already planned everything. She's already paid for stuff. She's already committed. Mm-hmm. And she probably, former bestie bride, probably thought there's no way she would leave the wedding. But the fact that she did, her main question here.
And then the gaslighting began, right? Like,
do you know how bad this makes me look?
Exactly. The gaslighting was thick. And I'm sure he did it to her too. And now that behavior is just acceptable. it's acceptable in their lives, and I'm like, I don't want it. If your best friend has never done this to you before, one, there's insecurity there on the bride. It sounds to me like this woman may be like very good looking, and it's like, don't outshine me on my day.
Yeah, just by existing, you're outshining people.
I don't like the way that your face like looks. Can you change that? And if any woman has ever been made to feel like that, the people who made you feel like that can fall the way off, because it's a shit feeling when your friends are the ones doing it to you. It's a shit feeling when your friends are being shitty, and it's just, in my opinion, it's unacceptable behavior.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get a second chance. You don't get a second chance to ever make someone who you said was your friend feel like that again. And I hope that OP sees this for what it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she got fed up enough to leave.
I hope that she
And it wasn't the wedding,
does
it was
not
the reception.
apologize.
I would agree that she has nothing to apologize
No.
for. It's like, how hard would you make former bestie work to like become friends again? And I don't
wouldn't
know.
touch it with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, I think no contact is probably the smartest play now, because this is...
And the couple of mutual friends that say you're overreacting probably don't know the full story.
Yeah.
And if it had been them in your place, they would be singing a different tune.
Absolutely.